Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another CNN News 18 exclusive, and this is a big development. Our security affairs editor Manoj Kumar Gupta getting us these details. That the adversary, the enemy on the other side, the one who's somewhere obsessed with bleeding Bharat with 1,000 cuts, has unleashed a proxy war. And this proxy war, again, it's fresh. It's been unmasked. It's in 3 stages. And it's a 3-front war against Bharat. The details. First up, 3-front war. These have been accessed by CNN News 18. Let's try and look at it in detail. What are the 3-front assaults? Intel sources are telling CNN News 18 that this is an all-out attack ahead of the Jammu and Kashmir assembly polls. Pakistan is fighting it on 3 fronts, or waging this on 3 fronts against Bharat. One, it's pushing for infiltration, terrorism, separatism. Now, it wants to start this entire separatist movement again in Jammu and Kashmir. Infiltration, over 400 terrorists are sitting on launch pads in Jammu and Kashmir. Entry of Jaish in new areas in eastern Jammu. Jaish has made new bases in Doda, Udhampur and Riyasi areas. April 2024, as of April 2020, 40 plus foreign terrorists entered and moved into the eastern side. New infiltration attempts, or fresh infiltration attempts, have been made from northern Kashmir. And we have also seen that there are terror launch pads at the Satwal top, Balawali, forward Kathua and the Batahalan areas, the Nikyal Kaman or the Kotli area, Tattapani, Kyoreta and Kot Kotera along with Kotli. So these are all the new launch pads which are there from their infiltrators, and they're desperate to push in foreign terrorists because local recruitments are at an all-time low in single digits, just about 5 or 6 till now, this year in 2024. The other one and the third aspect is their own soldiers, which is bat action. Along with that, they are trying to renew the entire separatist narrative. Separatist leader Mahmood Sehgar was removed by Pakistan. Sehgar removed because he criticized Pakistan. Mohammad Safi is the new separatist leader. Safi aims to give new life to this entire dead separatist movement in Jammu and Kashmir, and there's a fresh leadership that is continuously meeting people in POK region. They have contacted several people for support. These separatists have found no success, as most of the people in Jammu and Kashmir are averse to this. But we've had one of the political parties in their manifesto once again talk about Ek Desh, Do Vidhan, Do Samvidhan, trying to say that they will bring back all these false promises of bringing back Article 370. That's what Omar Abdullah spoke about, National Conference spoke about. Again, pipe dreams and devoid of reality. Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni is with us. 3-front wars, a former DG infantry. He's been in the thick of things. General Saab, Jai Hind, Namaste. Thank you very, very much, sir. Your thoughts, sir. 3 fronts, trying to push the narrative of separatism, trying to stoke unrest. 2, sending in these foreign terrorists to kill, maim and Pakistani bullets, again trying to target innocent lives. And third, their own army trying to cross the threshold and enter in. These bad actions have resumed. Your thoughts, sir?
Anand, there has been no doubt about it. Pakistan has been doing it for long. I would say right from the day of its birth and even before, planning to do and destabilize India, because the very idea of Pakistan has been on a wrong footing, and therefore it cannot stand India doing better than Pakistan. And Pakistan has always been wanting to do infiltration, separatism, terrorist activities in India, push people, and of course the bat actions which Pakistan has been attempting on and off in India. Now, having said that, Pakistan is obsessed with India. The Pakistan army cannot imagine, it wants to tell its own people that without them, the nation wouldn't be able to survive, and that India is one which is going to destabilize Pakistan, not knowing that Pakistan is on a wrong footing. Yes, we have to be extremely careful, and there is no denying the fact, because infiltration is something which cannot be tolerated. Despite the fence, you can see for the various ways, the way it uses tunnels, it can even infiltrate from Nepal, it can use all kinds of means, even small little dingy boats to push into the rivers, across, and all that kind of thing. It does infiltrate, and there's no denying the fact that there are bases where the Pak is all set to push in these people and infiltrate them into India. The separatists, yes, there's no, again, on and off. As I said, south of Punjab, there have been attempts, because everybody thought that this was a peaceful area for the last about 2.5 decades. Since I commanded my battalion in Doda, and I know for sure, because I commanded at a time it was at its peak, 96 to 99. I know what it really means and what it was then, and how things are now. You know, what has happened, Anand, is there are unfortunately people within the country who are rather, I would say, overground workers sleeping with the enemy. And then there are political parties in India which seem to encourage them by giving statements which are not correct. Every one of us must be on the same page to say these kind of activities are wrong. You cannot be sold out for 6,000 bucks is a small thing. Even some people, the way we come out, even Article 370, it's abrogated. It is abrogated. It's passed in the Parliament. Nobody has a right to say here and after that we will reinstall it, we'll bring it back. What does that show? That shows that this kind of separatist activity is there in the minds of some people within India, which obviously the enemy, Pakistan, is using terrorism.
But the counter to that, General Sahab, I'm interrupting you. The counter to that is that let the people reject it. Let these people try and use this kind of a narrative, and let the Awam of Jammu and Kashmir reject it outright by the force of their ballot. That's one thought process, that unless the Awam openly rejects it, it will not be treated as a failure. That's one school of thought. The other school of thought is that तिरंगे के नीचे रहकर आप तिरंगे का नुकसान नहीं कर सकते. That's the thought, saying that you have to abide by the tiranga and the constitution, and anything that is away or breaking away or trying to push a separatist, secessionist narrative that will perhaps hurt the tricolor should not be allowed in political discourse at all. So which do you agree with?
See, there is no denying that sleeping with the enemy is you are not entitled to, and you should not. If you indulge in it, you should be seen as acts of treason and should be punished. There is just no doubt about that. And as to what you were saying in the first instance, see, there are instances of these kinds which will come to the notice, and we have to ensure that these kind of, under no circumstances, Anand, these kind of activities should be allowed within the country. Anybody indulging in these kind of activities. Now, what you said, the people. Now, if that engineer,
Rashid engineer,
elected to the parliament with over 4.5 lakh votes, what does that show? That despite all the best that we've done, whether it is in terms of tourism, economic activity, all of it that has been done, ultimately Omar Abdullah was defeated by none other than Rashid engineer, who was lying.
Yeah, but sir, on ground, I'll tell you what, the narrative that was pushed was jail ka badla vote se. So the whole narrative spread by his two sons was that if Rashid engineer becomes a parliamentarian, then he will have to be sent out of jail. So that was a false narrative, or let's say a false flag. But those are the things that are being pushed on ground, whereas the projection itself is different.
Yes, absolutely. Look, see, until and unless, like fish cannot stay without water. Similarly, the terrorists anywhere inducted into India cannot stay without the local support. The local support comes only because they are being,
these kind of narratives
I would say, being helped by the local, and those local people are helped by the politicians. As a result of which, you find this kind of. What is Article 370? Article 370 instills that separatist attitude into their mind. That has to be done away with. And Article 370 has been abrogated. Everybody must stand.
So you're saying don't just abrogate and delete it from the constitution. It has to be deleted, control or delete from public memory and public discourse also, or political discourse also. General Sahab, I've run out of time. I thank you very much. Always a pleasure speaking with you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Jai Hind.
On that note, we're going to wind up this edition of The Right Stand. Brass Tacks with Zaka. Up next, stay with us.